Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the BS Coins world. If you're a coin enthusiast or someone just beginning to dive into the fascinating world of numismatics, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that could be sitting in your pocket or your coin collection right now, possibly worth a fortune. We're focusing on the 2006 P Mint Mark South Dakota $quarter coin. Yes, you heard that right. This coin, which many people might see as just another ordinary quarter, could be worth up to $1 million. Now, that sounds like a lot of money, but before you dismiss it as too good to be true, stick around because we're about to dive into the history, value, and potential of this incredible coin. The 50-state quarters program. Let's start with a little background on the 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. The program was designed to honor each of the 50 states in the United States, one at a time, with a unique quarter featuring a design that represents that state. In 2006, the state of South Dakota was featured. Each of these state quarters, as you probably know, has its own unique design, representing a significant part of the state's history or culture. The South Dakota quarter, released in 2006, features the famous Mount Rushmore, a symbol of the state's rich history and national pride. The reverse side showcases George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, presidents whose faces are carved into the granite face of the mountain. It's a beautiful design that captures the essence of South Dakota and its place in American history. The minting process and the P Mint Mark. Now, let's talk about the minting process. This particular quarter, with a P Mint Mark, was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's primary locations. The P is important because it tells us where the coin was made. Most quarters in circulation feature the Mint Mark D, indicating they were minted in Denver. But the P Mint Mark, representing the Philadelphia Mint, is a bit rarer in modern quarters. For many years, the P Mint Mark was rarely seen on circulating quarters, as the Mint mostly used the Denver facility to produce coins. But with the 50-state quarters program, the Philadelphia Mint struck coins with a P Mark to ensure every state's quarter had a distinct minting. This makes the 2006 P South Dakota quarter particularly interesting from a collector's standpoint. You might be wondering, what makes the 2006 P South Dakota quarter so valuable? After all, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, and many of them are still circulating today. Well, the key here is rarity combined with the coin's condition. Some specific 2006 P South Dakota quarters were minted with an error. This is where things get interesting. In some cases, a portion of the coin's design wasn't fully struck during the minting process, leaving behind a defective coin that can be incredibly rare and valuable to collectors. These error coins are often highly sought after, and if they're in perfect condition, they can fetch unbelievable prices. One specific variety of the 2006 P South Dakota quarter is the so-called double die variety. This means that the design on the coin appears to be doubled, which is a result of a minting error. If you happen to have a 2006 P South Dakota quarter with this double design, you could be sitting on a rare treasure. Now, we're not saying that every 2006 P South Dakota quarter is worth a fortune. But if you have one of these rare error coins in excellent condition, you could be looking at a market value that runs into the millions. Some of these coins have been sold at auctions for upwards of $1 million. Identifying the valuable coins. So, how can you tell if you have a rare, valuable 2006 P South Dakota quarter on your hands? Here are some tips for identifying these coins. Look for the double die variety. The key feature to look for is the double design, particularly in the inscriptions and the lettering. The double die can be seen around the words South Dakota or on the date 2006. If the doubling is visible to the naked eye, you might be holding onto a coin worth hundreds of thousands, if not more. Condition is everything. As with all rare coins, the condition of the coin is crucial. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are worth much more than those that have been heavily circulated. A coin that has been in excellent condition from the time it was minted is much more likely to fetch a higher price in the market. Professional grading. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, the best thing you can do is have it professionally graded by a reputable grading service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). A professional grade can increase the value of your coin significantly, as collectors will trust the authenticity and condition of the coin. How to sell or auction your coin. If you happen to find a rare 2006 P South Dakota quarter, you might be wondering how to go about selling or auctioning it. The first step is to get it professionally graded, as mentioned earlier. Once graded, you can take it to a reputable coin dealer or auction house to sell it. There are several online platforms, such as eBay or dedicated coin auction sites, where rare coins are sold. You can also visit numismatic conventions or local coin shops to see if they're interested in purchasing your valuable find. So, there you have it, the 2006 P South Dakota $quarter coin. While it's not every day that you come across a coin worth $1 million, it's certainly possible if you have one of these rare, error-struck coins in your possession. If you're a coin collector or even just someone who's found a coin or two in their pocket, it's worth taking a closer look at your quarters, especially if they're from the 2006 South Dakota series. Remember, rarity combined with condition is the key to a coin's value, and in the case of the 2006 P South Dakota quarter, you just might have a hidden treasure worth a small fortune. So next time you come across a quarter, take a moment to inspect it. Who knows, you could be holding on to a future $1 million coin. I'm so glad to have you here today as we dive into something truly fascinating. If you've ever wondered about rare coins, their history, and how much they could be worth today, you're in the right place. Today's topic is all about the 2021 P Mint Mark $quarter coins, and why these coins are making waves in the coin collecting community, with some even fetching up to $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore this treasure together. Now, let's start with the basics. The 2021 P Mint Mark $quarter coin is part of the United States Mints America, the Beautiful Quarters series. Each year, the U.S. Mint releases a series of quarters, each one honoring different national parks, monuments, or historical landmarks. And while some quarters are more common than others, every so often, a certain coin comes along that stands out for its rarity, significance, and, in some cases, its staggering market value. The P Mint mark indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Now, you may be thinking, how special can a coin from Philadelphia really be? Well, here's where things get interesting. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint are typically mass-produced, so they aren't necessarily rare in terms of their mintage numbers. But there are exceptions. Sometimes, certain coins in specific years can become highly sought after due to minor differences in their design, errors, or the quality of their strike. Take, for instance, a coin with a small error during production. Sometimes, coins can get struck multiple times, creating unique marks or features that make them distinct. For collectors, these errors are gold mines. They seek out these coins because they're much rarer than typical coins produced in large quantities. Let's take a step back and talk about what's happened with the 2021 P Mint Mark $quarter. There have been reports of some of these coins, particularly those with subtle design differences or minting errors, being sold for astronomical prices. You see, certain rare coins from this year have been reported to fetch upwards of $1.1 million at auction. That's right, these coins, which were once only worth 25 cents, are now commanding prices that most of us can only dream of. How does a coin jump from a quarter to $1 million value? Well, it's all about the rarity, condition, and demand from collectors. The coins that are selling for these high values often have something special about them. Maybe they were struck with an imperfect die, giving them an unusual feature. Or perhaps they are just in such pristine condition that they're considered almost like new. In the coin collecting world, those imperfections or unique qualities are what can make a coin incredibly valuable. Now you may be asking, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 2021 P Mint Mark quarters in my collection? Well, first and foremost, you need to keep an eye out for the obvious, any signs of mint errors. For example, look for doubling or misalignment of the design. If you have a 2021 P quarter that looks a little different from the others, it might be worth investigating further. The next step is to inspect the coin's condition. Coins in perfect or near-perfect condition, often referred to as mint state or MS, are more valuable. The higher the grade of the coin, the more likely it is to command a higher price. Grading is a complex process, and professional numismatists use a detailed scale to evaluate a coin's quality. So, if you think you've got a rare one on your hands, consider getting it professionally graded. Once you've determined whether you have a rare, error-filled, or mint-quality 2021 P Mint Mark quarter, your next step would be to check the market. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, and sometimes, a coin that's worth only a few $100s today might skyrocket in price after a few years as more collectors get interested. Keeping track of auction results and prices from reputable dealers can help you determine what your coin might be worth. Just imagine, what would it feel like to find out that your quarter is worth over $1 million? It's a rare event, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. So, keep your eyes peeled when looking through your change or any coin collections you might have. Who knows, you could be holding on to a future fortune without even knowing it. As we wrap up today's discussion, remember that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Even a simple 2021 P Mint Mark quarter dollar could be hiding a potential treasure. So, be sure to check your collections carefully, keep learning, and don't be afraid to reach out to experts if you think you found something special. Coin collecting is a hobby that combines history, art, and a little bit of luck, and it's a fun way to dive into the world of numismatics. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the 2021 P Mint Mark quarter dollar coin and the incredible market value it could hold. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin tips, valuable discoveries, and the fascinating world of numismatics. If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone who loves history and collectibles, you're in for a real treat today. We're going to be talking about a very special coin, the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. You might be wondering, what's so special about this coin? Well, stick around because we're about to dive into what makes this coin so valuable today. Hint, it could be worth up to $1.2 million. Let's get started. To understand why the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is worth so much, we first need to take a brief look at the history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter, designed by John Flanagan, was first released in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features the famous portrait of Washington on the obverse, with a majestic eagle on the reverse. Over the years, the quarter has undergone several changes in its design, but it remains one of the most popular coins in the United States. Now, you may be familiar with the fact that most quarters are worth just 25 cents. But when it comes to certain years and mint marks, some Washington quarters can fetch a price much higher than their face value. The 1983 P Mint Mark quarter is one of these coins. Now, let's talk about the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. When this coin was initially minted, it wasn't expected to be anything particularly special. However, It's important to note that in 1983, there was an unusual error that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint, where the quarter was produced. The Philadelphia Mint, which uses the P Mint mark, is known for producing a vast number of coins. However, unlike other years, the 1983 quarters were struck with a slightly unusual mix of metal alloys. This resulted in a distinct wear pattern and an irregularity in the design, making some of these quarters stand out from the rest. At first glance, a 1983 P Mint mark quarter might seem just like any other. But upon closer inspection, collectors began to notice subtle variations that set some quarters apart. These differences were small, but significant to those in the coin collecting community, and collectors started paying attention. Over time, this led to a growing demand for these rare pieces, pushing their value higher. As coin collectors began looking more closely at their 1983 P quarters, a discovery was made that forever changed the coin's value. Some quarters were found to have an extraordinarily rare characteristic. This feature was linked to the wear on the coin and the specific metal mix used during minting. The discovery of these coins with unique properties prompted experts to reevaluate their value. The rarity of these coins is what sets them apart. You see, while most quarters minted in 1983 were released into circulation, only a few of them survived with the unique characteristics that make them so valuable today. It's this rarity that has led some of these coins to sell for prices well above their original face value. Now, you may be wondering, how much are these rare 1983 P Mint mark Washington quarters worth today? The current market value of these coins can vary depending on their condition and the specific features they possess. However, in recent years, the price of certain high-grade 1983 P Mint mark quarters has soared. In fact, it's been reported that a 1983 P Washington quarter in near-perfect condition, with the rare characteristics we discussed earlier, has sold for an astonishing $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $1.2 million. Of course, this price is for an extremely rare specimen, one that is in exceptional condition and has been carefully preserved. But even if your coin isn't worth quite that much, there are still many collectors who are willing to pay a significant amount for a 1983 P Mint mark quarter, especially if it has those unique traits. If you're interested in hunting down a 1983 P Mint mark quarter, here are a few tips on how to spot one that could be valuable. First, you'll want to check the condition of the coin. The more well-preserved the coin, the more likely it is to be valuable. Look for coins that have little wear and tear, and avoid coins that have been overly circulated or damaged. Next, examine the mint mark. A 1983 P Mint mark quarter will have a P on the reverse, just below the eagle. If you don't see this mint mark, then it's not a coin from Philadelphia, and it won't have the unique characteristics we're discussing here today. Lastly, if you think you may have found a rare 1983 P Mint mark quarter, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin expert. A reputable grading service can evaluate the condition and characteristics of your coin, giving you an accurate assessment of its market value. Of course, there are many factors that affect the price of any coin, including the 1983 P Washington quarter. One of the biggest factors is the coin's condition, or grade. Coins in higher grades, those that have minimal wear and remain almost as pristine as the day they were minted, are the ones that command the highest prices. Additionally, the rarity of the specific characteristics, the demand among collectors, and the coin's provenance or history can all play a role in determining its value. To recap, the 1983 P Mint mark Washington quarter is a coin that many people overlook at first, but it's a coin that holds a secret. Its value can be worth millions if you find the right one. The error in minting, the rarity, and the unique characteristics of these quarters make them highly sought after by collectors. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, always be on the lookout for rare and unique coins, because you never know when you might come across something that could change your life. If you have a 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, it might just be worth more than you think. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the BS Coins World for more coin-related content. If you're a fan of rare coins or looking to find some hidden treasures in your coin collection, today's video is one you won't want to miss. We're diving into a fascinating story of a 1965 Washington $quarter coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, and its astounding value today. Now, you might be thinking, what's so special about a 1965 quarter? After all, it's a coin that was produced in large numbers, right? Well, the truth is, while most of these quarters aren't worth much more than their face value, there is a rare exception, a no-mint marked 1965 quarter that could fetch you a staggering $1.30 million. Today, I'm going to take you through the history, significance, and unbelievable market value of this rare coin, and how you could have one sitting in your collection right now without even knowing it. Before we talk about the rare no-mint mark version, let's quickly go over the background of the 1965 Washington quarter. In 1965, the United States Mint made a significant change in coinage. The country was facing a coin shortage due to rising silver prices, which led to the introduction of the copper-nickel-clad coins, replacing the older silver composition. The 1965 quarter was part of this transition and was designed to honor George Washington, featuring his iconic portrait. This coin, like most others in the mid-1960s, was minted in huge numbers. Over 1 billion were produced that year alone. But here's where it gets interesting. While most 1965 quarters are marked with a mint mark either from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, there is a rare variant that didn't carry any mint mark at all. The no-mint marked 1965 quarter is an anomaly. Typically, quarters made at the Philadelphia Mint were issued with no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco would have their respective D or S markings. However, for a brief period, certain coins struck in Philadelphia, specifically the 1965 quarters, were released without a mint mark, and it's this version that has become a holy grail for coin collectors. Now, why is this coin so special? It all comes down to a small mistake. It was a production oversight that left certain 1965 quarters without the usual mint mark. But that oversight, rather than diminishing the value, made the coin incredibly rare. The fact that these coins were produced in error and released into circulation means there are very few of them left in existence today. The value of the 1965 no-mint mark quarter. In the world of rare coin collecting, errors like this can make a coin worth much more than anyone could have ever anticipated. The 1965 no-mint mark quarter has been sold at auctions for incredible amounts of money, with some selling for as high as $1.30 million. How did this happen? Well, it all comes down to the rarity and the sheer demand among collectors. Only a small number of these coins have survived in excellent condition, and the ones that are still in mint state, meaning they are in almost perfect condition, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. Collectors are constantly searching for these elusive coins, and as more collectors join the hobby, the value of these rare coins continues to rise. If you happen to come across a 1965 quarter with no mint mark, you could be holding a true treasure in your hands. You may be wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 1965 no mint mark quarters? It's actually quite simple. Take a close look at the coin. If you have a 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, and it's in good condition, then you might have a very valuable coin on your hands. A professional coin grader can give you a precise assessment of its value. It's also important to note that coins with significant wear or damage will be worth far less than those in pristine condition. So, keep an eye out for those coins that still have that original shine and detail. So, the next time you go through your coin collection or dig through your change, keep an eye out for that rare 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark. While most of the 1965 quarters won't be worth much, that one special coin could make you the owner of a $1.3 million treasure. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, make sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And if you think you might have one of these rare 1965 quarters, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. We're going to explore one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics. The 2000p mint mark South Carolina quarter. You might have seen this coin circulating in your change, but what you don't know is that this quarter has some incredible value. In fact, a specific version of this coin is currently worth a staggering $1.4 million. But how did this happen? And what makes this coin so rare and valuable? Stick around to find out. Let's start with the basics. The 2000p South Carolina quarter is part of the 50-state quarters program, a series of commemorative coins issued by the U.S. Mint between 1999 and 2008. Each coin in the series features a design that represents one of the 50 states, and South Carolina's quarter was released in 2000. The quarter features the famous palmetto tree, which is a symbol of the state, and a crescent moon, which is a nod to South Carolina's flag. But while this coin was widely produced, something special about a small number of these coins has sent their value soaring. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the P mint mark is a crucial element. The P indicates that the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, and most coins you come across with this mark are standard issue, worth only 25 cents. However, the story of this particular coin is a bit different. In the year 2000, there was a significant production issue at the Philadelphia Mint. A small number of these South Carolina quarters were released with an unusual and highly valuable error that would go unnoticed by most people at first glance. This is the key to their staggering price tag of $1.4 million today. The error that made the 2000p South Carolina quarter so valuable is a very rare one. Some of these quarters were struck with an error that left out the Liberty inscription, which should normally appear above George Washington's head. This omission of the word Liberty on a coin is an extremely rare error in minting, and when it's found on a coin, it immediately catches the attention of collectors. Now, you may be thinking, how can I tell if I've got one of these error coins? That's a great question. The first thing you need to look for is the absence of the word Liberty above George Washington's head. If you find a coin like this in your collection, or while you're going through your change, it could be worth a significant amount of money. But not just any coin with a missing Liberty is worth the $1.4 million figure. The error has to be clear and well-defined, and the coin has to be in good condition. When it comes to errors in minting, condition is key. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, tend to fetch the highest prices. For the 2000p South Carolina quarter, even slight discoloration, scratches, or other imperfections can significantly lower the coin's value. A pristine coin with this error, however, has been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and one particularly well-preserved example fetched a jaw-dropping $1.4 million at auction. But what makes this coin even more special is how incredibly rare it is. Out of millions of South Carolina quarters minted in 2000, only a handful have been discovered with this error. This rarity, combined with the unique nature of the mistake, is what has driven the value of this coin into the millions. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of American history with a rare flaw, and for collectors, that makes it incredibly desirable. So, how can you get your hands on a coin like this? Or how can you tell if your collection contains a hidden gem? First, you'll need to be patient. The 2000p South Carolina quarters with the missing Liberty inscription are few and far between. But if you happen to come across one, make sure you get it professionally appraised. There are several numismatic grading services that can assess the coin's condition and verify whether it's the rare error version. Another tip is to check online auction sites and specialized coin dealers, as these are places where such rare finds often surface. But remember, buying rare coins comes with its own set of risks, so always do your research and never buy from unverified sources. To wrap things up, if you happen to find a 2000p South Carolina quarter in your pocket change, take a closer look. If it's the version with the missing Liberty inscription, you might just be sitting on a fortune worth $1.4 million. As always, it's important to keep your eyes peeled for rare coins, as they can appear when you least expect them. Who knows, you could be the next lucky collector to find a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this rare South Carolina quarter, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin-related content. If you're a coin enthusiast, a collector, or even someone who's just interested in the world of rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place today. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of the 1999 P Connecticut quarter and uncovering why this particular coin is catching the attention of collectors and dealers worldwide. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting coin-related content. Now, let's get started. Before we talk about its value today, let's take a quick step back in time to understand why the 1999 P Connecticut quarter is so significant. It was part of the 50-state quarters program, a series of coins released by the U.S. Mint from 1999 to 2008, each one representing a different state. The Connecticut quarter, released in 1999, was the fifth coin in the series. The design on the coin showcases the charter oak, a famous symbol of Connecticut's history. This oak tree, under which the colony of Connecticut supposedly hid its royal charter from the British during colonial times, holds great historical significance. The design also includes the words, "The Charter Oak," and "Connecticut," along with the year of minting. Now, while the design is a beautiful tribute to the state's history, it's the specific characteristics of this coin that make it so valuable today. So, let's talk about what makes the 1999 P Connecticut quarter such a coveted item for collectors. The P mint mark on the Connecticut quarter indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia, and it's a key detail in understanding the value of this coin. The U.S. Mint produces coins at several different facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each facility uses a different mint mark to distinguish where the coin was made. When it comes to the 1999 P Connecticut quarter, many people assume it's just another coin from the series, but as we dig deeper, we'll see that there's much more to it. What makes the 1999 P quarter so special, and why is it worth so much? The value of any coin is heavily influenced by its rarity, and in the case of the 1999 P Connecticut quarter, there are a few rare varieties that have made headlines over the years. One of the key factors contributing to its massive value is the presence of specific minting errors or misprints. There have been reports of 1999 P Connecticut quarters with rare and unique features, such as double die errors, where certain details of the design are struck multiple times, creating an overlapping effect. These types of errors can significantly increase the value of a coin, as they are rare and hard to find in circulation. Additionally, certain specimens of the Connecticut quarter have been graded by professional numismatists as being in pristine, near-perfect condition, which also drives up their value. When a coin is in mint condition, without any wear and tear, scratches, or discoloration, it is highly sought after by collectors. But here's the kicker. Some of these rare 1999 P Connecticut quarters, particularly those with unique errors, have been known to sell for staggering amounts. We're talking about figures in the range of $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a single coin. Let's get into the numbers. As of recent auctions and sales, a 1999 P Connecticut quarter with a rare misprint or in pristine condition can fetch up to $1.5 million. Now, that's not a typical selling price, and it's not going to happen every day. But it does highlight just how valuable these rare coins can be. The reason for this incredible price tag is a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare pieces to add to their collections, and when a coin like this becomes available, it generates huge interest. In fact, some auctions have seen bidding wars for the 1999 P Connecticut quarter, driving its price to astronomical heights. It's important to note that this doesn't mean every 1999 P quarter is worth $1.5 million. Only those with significant errors or that are in perfect condition command such high prices. For the average collector, a 1999 P Connecticut quarter in average condition is still worth more than its face value, but it's the rare, exceptional coins that have the potential to become a million-dollar treasure. Now, if you're wondering how you can identify whether you have a 1999 P Connecticut quarter that could be worth a small fortune, here are a few tips. The most valuable 1999 P quarters are those with unique minting errors, such as double dies or misaligned strikes. These types of errors are rare and highly sought after. Coins in mint or near mint condition, especially those with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, are more valuable than those that have been circulated. If you think you have a rare 1999 P Connecticut quarter, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded. A third-party grading service, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can assess your coin's condition and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you think your coin might be valuable, don't hesitate to reach out to coin dealers or experts in the field. They can help you determine whether your coin has the potential to be worth a large sum of money. To wrap up, the 1999 P Connecticut quarter is a fascinating and valuable piece of U.S. history. While the majority of these coins are worth just their face value, those with rare minting errors or in pristine condition can command jaw-dropping prices, including as much as $1.5 million at auction. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare specimens, it could change your life. But even if you don't, the world of coin collecting is still an exciting and rewarding hobby. There's always something new to discover, and you never know what might be hiding in your collection or even in your change jar. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. And of course, subscribe for more videos on rare coins, collecting tips, and everything else related to the world of numismatics.